Do you ever feel like something essential is missing, but you can't name it? Like your body knows how to access peace, clarity, and power, but the signal's been jammed. What if the answer isn't outside you, but in a moment you've been skipping? A 1-minute practice that restores your inner balance, reawakens your body's natural intelligence, and shifts how life responds to you. It's not a ritual, it's a reset. Used by mystics for centuries, now ready for you. By the end of this video, you may feel more present, calm, and aligned than you have in years. Stay with this. One breath might change everything. Have you ever sat completely still, no movement, no distraction, and suddenly felt the space around you shift? As if the air thickened, as if the world hushed for just a moment. That wasn't your imagination. That was alignment. The ancients didn't see the body as a shell. They saw it as an instrument, a living interface between spirit and matter. Not just flesh and bone, but a system tuned to receive, translate, and broadcast energy. Your breath isn't just oxygen, it's rhythm. Your spine isn't just structure, it's a channel. Your heart doesn't just beat, it pulses electromagnetic patterns into the field around you. They understood that your entire being, physical and subtle, is constantly interacting with something greater. You're not observing life from the outside. You're inside the circuitry. Every inhale is a signal. Every emotion is a frequency. Every posture sends a message into the space around you. And the field responds in kind. But when your breath is shallow and your mind is scattered, that signal warps. Your body enters chaos. You stop receiving. You start reacting. The ancients weren't meditating to escape. They were recalibrating. When they entered stillness, they weren't being passive. They were becoming precise. They used silence to align the system. They slowed the breath, lengthened the spine, focused the gaze. And when everything synchronized, something incredible happened. The static cleared. The signal came through. In this state, coherence begins. Coherence is when the body, mind, and energy system are no longer competing, but harmonizing. It's when your breath, thoughts, and posture start speaking the same language, a language the universe understands. Modern science is only now catching up. The heart's electromagnetic field extends several feet beyond the body. Brain waves shift when attention deepens. The vagus nerve, when stimulated by breath, triggers states of calm and restoration. The ancients didn't need data. They had experience. They knew that when the breath slows and the spine rises, the whole system becomes a receiver, a tuning fork for the divine. And here's what most people miss. The shift doesn't take hours. It can happen in one moment if the signal is clean, if the body is still, if the attention is anchored. You were designed for this. Your system remembers how to align. You don't need to build anything. You just need to remove interference. So pause. Feel your breath. Notice the space behind your chest. That's not emptiness. That's access. That's where the signal lives. This isn't theory. It's what your body has always known. All you have to do is remember. But if your body holds this wisdom, if you're built to receive and transmit divine intelligence, why do we feel so disconnected? Let's go deeper. You wake up tired. You reach for your phone. By noon, your mind is already scattered, half in the past, half in the next notification. And somehow, even on quiet days, your body still feels like it's bracing for something. This isn't a personal flaw. It's an environmental download. Your system wasn't designed for this. The ancient body, your body, was built for sacred reception, stillness, clarity, guidance. But instead, it's stuck in survival, flooded with micro-stresses, conditioned to stay alert, trained to seek stimulation as a substitute for aliveness. And that's the hijack. Your nervous system, this brilliant web of intelligence, was never meant to process this much noise. The constant scroll, the interruptions, the subtle, unending sense that something's missing or that you're behind. Your posture curls inward. Your breath shortens. Attention fragments. You didn't lose your connection in a single moment. It frayed slowly, breath by breath, scroll by scroll, thought by thought, until the divine signal became static. And the scariest part? It now feels normal, a low hum of restlessness, a shallow breath, a loop of thoughts you didn't ask for, a life lived slightly out of sync. You start mistaking movement for progress, busyness for purpose. But here's the truth. You're not broken. You're just misaligned. Because even inside the static, something still flickers. A subtle pull. A soft voice you sometimes hear in quiet moments, like a memory you can't quite access. That isn't imagination. It's signal. It's your circuitry still alive, still waiting, still remembering. You don't need to build anything new. You don't need to fix yourself. You only need to clear what's in the way. The system is intact. The design never left. Stillness isn't retreat. It's realignment. Breath isn't just relaxation. It's reactivation. And the fastest way back, the most direct reset, is something the ancients mastered and modern life forgot. How to enter the still point, where noise collapses and the signal returns. Let's step into it. Most of your life, your systems pull in different directions. Your breath rushes ahead while your thoughts lag behind. Emotions swell without clarity. Focus scatters. You're in your body, but not with it. The ancients noticed this too. They knew the problem wasn't the mind, or the breath, or the world. It was desynchronization, fragmentation, life happening in parts, never whole. So they searched for a solution not in more movement, but in one deliberate pause. That pause is the still point. Not a metaphor, not a poetic phrase. A literal shift in your body's operating system, where all parts stop pulling and begin harmonizing. It begins in a breath, not a deep one, not a forced one. A full, present breath where you stop everything. Imagine that moment. No reaching, no reacting, just a center. So quiet, it feels like space itself. So still the world begins to echo your rhythm instead of the other way around. In this state, something profound happens. Your brain waves drop from beta into alpha and theta, the same frequencies that unlock intuition and deep integration. Heart rate slows. Cortisol dips. But this isn't just relaxation. It's a reset, a reordering of chaos into clarity. Because when the body stops moving, it stops defending. And when it stops defending, it starts receiving. This is why the mystics sought stillness. Not as a retreat, but as a recalibration. Not as escape, but access. A monk once said, "I didn't find God in prayer. I found him in the pause between prayers when I stopped asking." The still point isn't peace for the sake of comfort. It's peace that rewires your field. It doesn't numb you. It reveals you. In that one breath, old identities loosen. Thoughts grow quiet without being silenced. Emotion balances without suppression. You're not trying to transcend. You're becoming coherent. And the best part? This moment is always available. It doesn't need belief or preparation, just a willingness to pause. But without it, we loop. We react. We confuse stimulation for guidance, noise for truth. We try to manifest from a state of internal chaos and wonder why the results don't stick. The still point is the place where you stop broadcasting distortion and start transmitting truth. From here, the signal is clean, the channel is open, and what comes through isn't a thought. It's a knowing. And in the next moment, we'll step directly into that space, not as an idea, but as an experience. Let's not talk about the shift. Let's step into it, together. This isn't a technique to memorize. It's a doorway to walk through, and it only takes 1 minute. Now, sit with me. Let your feet touch the ground. Straighten your spine, not stiff, just awake. Let your hands rest gently, palms open, eyes soft or closed. Take a slow, steady breath in through your nose. Don't rush. Don't force. Just breathe, as if the breath knows where to go. And now, hold it. Pause. Bring your awareness behind your chest, to the center of your being. In that silence, silently say, I am. Not with your mind. Feel the words echo in your ribs, in the part of you that never needed permission to exist. Now exhale, slowly, through the mouth. As you do, feel a golden light expanding from your chest. Warm, familiar, like a memory returning. Let it move beyond you, past skin, past space. Let it ripple through the room. Let it touch the field you live inside. And now, sit in the after. No need to interpret. Just be here. This is the still point. This is the signal reactivating. If it feels subtle, even underwhelming, that's okay. You're not doing it wrong. You're just quieting noise that's been running for years. Stay a moment longer. Let the silence stretch. This is the part most skip. But here, in this quiet, present pause, your system begins to remember. You don't need to feel fireworks. Just notice how your body feels now, even if it's 1% clearer. That's the shift. And that's enough. When you're ready, open your eyes gently. That was 1 minute. But if done daily, in the same place, at the same time, it becomes a rhythm, a resonance, a signal the world begins to recognize. And anytime you feel scattered, just pause. 1 breath. 1 still point. I am. That's all it takes to return. You might not notice fireworks, but one day, in the middle of a conversation, you'll pause and realize, I'm not reacting like I used to. Something softened. Something realigned. That's how it begins. A moment of tension at work, and instead of snapping, you breathe. The still point comes online, and the moment passes clean. You walk into a room and say nothing, but somehow everyone softens. Not because of what you did, but because of what you're now transmitting. This is the difference between doing the ritual and becoming it. The shift is subtle, then steady. You start choosing from clarity, not fear. You speak less, but say more. People listen differently. Opportunities arrive with less friction. Your outer world bends, not because you're pushing, but because your field is stable. This isn't magic. This is coherence. And then one day, it hits you. You're not reaching anymore. You're radiating. And people feel it, even if they can't explain it. This is what happens when you stop broadcasting noise and begin emitting signal. Not performance, not persona, just a clear, anchored version of you. You don't disappear into stillness. You expand from it. Your body becomes a tuning fork for calm in the middle of chaos. Your presence becomes an invitation, a doorway others can feel. And no, life won't be perfect. Storms will still come, but you'll hold them differently. You'll remember that you don't have to contract in their presence. You can stay open. You can stay connected. You can stay clear. Because now, stillness lives in you. It's not a practice you return to. It's a presence that returns through you. You stop chasing peace. You start being peace. You're no longer seeking alignment. You are the alignment. And you're not alone. There are thousands of us remembering. 1 breath at a time. 1 still point at a time. This is how the new field forms. Not through noise, but through coherence. Not through effort, but through embodiment. You're no longer a seeker. You've become the signal. The same stillness that awakened ancient mystics now lives in you, not as a legend, but as a choice. 1 breath at a time. one still point at a time. You were never waiting for something outside you. You were waiting for a moment of silence, to remember. And now you know, you never needed more. You only needed less and presence. Not to rise above life, but to meet it differently. To respond instead of react. To radiate instead of reach. This is not about becoming something new. It's about becoming remembered. And that changes everything. So right after this video ends, pause. Take one breath. One still point. One clear, I am. Then watch what happens. And if something shifted in you, even slightly, don't keep it to yourself. Comment what you felt, what returned. And subscribe to Codex of Amenti so we can keep walking this path together. There's a field forming, and you're already a part of it. Welcome back.